analog horror, one of the most fear-inducing genres I've ever witnessed. There are so many analog horror series to choose from that it's almost unimaginable. But what do all analog horror series have in common? Danger. Every single one of them takes place in a dangerous area, so I wanted to figure out how dangerous these places are and to see if you or I can survive them. Here is the tier list I'll be using. I'll go through each tier and explain what they mean. Almost no danger. This tier is used to describe places that aren't dangerous at all, or where danger is extremely rare. Mild. This tier is for analog horrors that could endanger your life, but the average person could still survive. However, you need to pay more attention than in the previous tier. Manageable. This tier is used when a place contains dangers where you actually need to start using basic survival skills. This is also where you can encounter death more commonly. 50-50. This tier is used when there are life or death decisions where you have roughly a 50% chance of surviving. Even if you make the best decisions and have good survival instincts, you could still die. Dangerous. This is where you start encountering more deadly situations and situations where you are likely to die. You can still survive, but the likelihood of doing so is low. Horror. Even one deadly encounter could cost you your life. And even if you survive one deadly encounter, you could face another one 10 minutes later, if not sooner. Dead zone. Even staying in this area for 5 minutes could mean the end of you. You have a 99% chance of dying, no questions asked. So you better hope that whatever is after you can make it quick. Another thing, before we begin, you will spawn with what an average human would carry around him, so you don't have any prep time or anything like that. Without further ado, let's begin. The Fairy Tales Analog Horror is one of those places where you don't want to spend 10 minutes. Now let's start with the obvious. The big bad wolf, or the wolf for short, inhabits the forest. And if we were to power scale him, he would be around war level, so you aren't going to win in a fight against him at all. And even if you try to outrun him, he's still a lot faster than you, because he's around subsonic speed. Escaping the forest is easy, since it's just a regular forest. However, we don't know the exact size of the forest. Based on the way the series portrays it, it's probably around 10 to 20 kilometers across. The witch probably won't cause you any problems if you simply avoid her. She always is in her home. I will put the forest at horror level, maybe even dead zone, but I wouldn't really classify it as a dead zone since you aren't guaranteed to encounter the wolf. Sure, you will most likely encounter him if you stay there long enough, but I don't think you're likely to encounter him immediately. For a place to be classified as a dead zone, I would say you need around a 99% chance of encountering something deadly. The forest doesn't seem to meet that requirement, so horror level is probably the better classification. The oldest view takes place in an abandoned mall where an entity called the Roaring Giant monitors the mall. More on him later. This mall is not just some ordinary mall, it's located underground and can be only accessed through a staircase in the middle of nowhere. And if you think you could use the same staircase you just entered through to leave, think again, because the staircase will collapse after you enter this place. Now, the mall itself isn't dangerous, so that's a good thing. The only real danger is the Whirling Giant. However, he isn't as powerful as people think he is. Yes, he can break through a wall, and yes, he's probably as fast as a car, but you can easily avoid him, because he has terrible agility. Let me explain. The Whirling Giant is theoretically as fast as a car, but if you move in a zigzag pattern, or simply turn every 5 seconds, he will lose all his momentum because he's on wheels. Another detail I want to mention is that we don't really know if the Whirling Giant is evil. Yes, he chases after Wyatt throughout the entire series, but I have heard theories that because he has a desire to be remembered because the mall got shut down. After the mall was shut down, the Whirling Giant was forgotten about. And after seeing another human, he got excited and ran towards Wyatt to hug him. But even if the walling giant is good, that doesn't really matter because he is running towards Wyatt at incredible speeds. And if the walling giant and Wyatt collide, Wyatt won't have a pleasant end. I would put this at the mild tier since you can avoid the walling giant for the most part, and escaping is a little tricky but still possible if you try hard enough. Vitacarnus is a bit different, since there are places where you are more in danger, like a city or a forest, and there are places where you are less in danger, like an island. For all intents and purposes, I will pick the most dangerous place in Vitacarnus, which is Facility Zero. Facility Zero is on an island in Hudson Bay. What makes this place so dangerous is that every Carnus is on this island. Mimics, harvesters, halls of influences, monoliths, and the leader of the Carnus, the Singularity. Anywhere you go on this island is dangerous, and if you try to escape, it wouldn't be possible because the island is surrounded by water. I would classify this as a dead zone, because no matter where you go, you will face danger. You are not surviving. The Mandela Catalog takes place 90% Archangel Gabriel scares above the alternates since he created them. Now, if I plopped you into this world, it's hard to say what would happen to you. Would an alternate catch you? Or could you escape? For this reason alone, I would put Mandela County at the 50-50 tier, since encountering an alternate isn't necessarily likely. The Smile Tapes takes place in San Diego. The series is about a fungus that takes over the human body, altering the host's behavior and eventually making them laugh and smile uncontrollably. There are 3 variants of the fungus: Variant A, Variant B, and Variant C. Variant A is the most common one. They can spread the fungus through coughing or any bodily contact. Variant B. These variants are very rare. Only a few documented cases exist. They seem less infected than the other variants. However, you can still contract the fungus through coughing or bodily contact. Variant C. These variants are the most dangerous. They can lift cars easily and resist bullets. They don't feel pain and don't run out of stamina. You can still outrun them, but if you stop even for a second, they will catch up. Like I said before, if you breathe in the fungus, you will contract the virus. So even if you escape the city, you could only have been infected. This gets an instant dead zone rating, no questions asked. Escaping the city is almost impossible without encountering an infected. If you breathe in the air, you could become infected. Even if you stayed inside a building, there's still a chance that it could catch fire, since the series states that the city was burning. It's a dead zone rating, and is more dangerous than Facility Zero. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. If this video is received well, I'll make a part 2. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.